Começando mais um vídeo aqui no Dicas de Inglês by Joe. E hoje eu tenho uma convidada super especial, my teacher here in England, right?
Hello.
E a gente vai ter uma conversa sobre pronúncia e sotaque. Será que isso realmente é importante? Como que será que funciona isso no inglês? E também quais são os erros que os brasileiros cometem? Vamos ver isso hoje aqui no Dicas de Inglês by Joe. Guys, so Anne-Marie, she has been my teacher here in England. So since I arrived, a really good teacher.
Thank you.
And we're gonna talk about pronunciation and accent. So
Yes.
first of all, would you tell us the difference between pronunciation and accent?
Well, pronunciation is how you say the word. Each word has its own pronunciation, and usually we follow a particular phonetic sound. So here in Britain, we follow this standardised Southern English, and the phonemic chart is made up of those sounds. So based here in London, Queen's English, the Southern English, and it's in the past it has been the most recognisable British English.
Wow.
Yes, and so we continue to teach that. Yeah, and all of the teachers speak with this accent. So the accent is how you sound overall. Now in Britain, we've got lots of regional accents. So
Like in Brazil as well.
yeah, so even within England, we've got the Liverpool accent, Manchester, Yorkshire, we've got the West Country accent. So we've got, I don't know, 14 different accents without Wales, Ireland, Scotland.
Wow.
Yeah, so we've got lots of regional accents. So I think for professional purposes, the Queen's English, which is perhaps now more refined to a standard received pronunciation. Southern English sounds the best, that people recognise, and it's the easiest to understand.
And is it possible for you to tell where the person is from just by the accent?
Absolutely. Probably the same in Brazil.
Yeah,
is it?
yeah. Great.
Yeah. If you have a slight accent, but you pronounce the words clearly and basically loud enough, because quite often if people are self-conscious, they mumble, don't they?
Yeah, they're shy, right?
Yes, and then they speak down, they don't speak out. So we try to do that in the class, don't we?
Yeah.
I mean, Jonathan's got a beautiful accent.
Oh,
Beautiful
thank
accent,
you.
beautiful pronunciation.
Thank you.
And yeah, you're very confident in speaking, but you've seen people in the same level class and they're not really...
Yeah. People don't want to commit mistakes, right?
Yes.
So they don't want to speak English because of that. So sometimes they, oh my gosh, should I say that? Should I not say that? Is it wrong? Is it right? So
Yes, and they don't want to make a fool of themselves, or they don't want the spotlight on them. Some people are naturally shyer. So yes, you can hide behind an accent, but it's not so much the accent, it's the pronunciation that we're talking about, isn't it?
great, yeah. I know that you've got many students from many different countries.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
are you able to tell where the person is from just by the accent? I mean, now country, because we were talking about different regions. And now when the person starts saying something, can you tell where the person is from?
95% I can, because it's normally about the stress they put on the word.
Oh, good.
If they pause at the end of the sentence, or in the correct places, you have a certain pattern.
The rhythm, right?
The rhythm, exactly. So that gives the game away. That's more than an accent. It's often the rhythm, I can tell you immediately. Now, one of the good things about Brazilian people, it's easy to hear. There's quite a similar rhythm, I think.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah. I mean, of course,
There are
Brazilian
some
Portuguese
differences, but
is musical, more
Yeah.
musical than English is quite flat. But I think Brazilians have a good ear to get that rhythm.
good guys.
But we did say something, didn't we? We did talk about two problems.
Yeah, the rhythm.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about the other day, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we talked about the rhythm and sometimes pronunciation, that people don't study how to pronounce the words, and sometimes you get lost of what the person is saying.
Yes, exactly. And perhaps if they don't know, they just guess it and then they mumble it because they're not sure of it. And then, so yes, that can be, you have to say, pardon, can you repeat that please?
Right,
Yeah.
right. So we usually see students, they usually commit the same mistakes depending on where they're from. So we see Spanish people committing the same mistakes, and we see French people. What about Brazilians? What kind of mistakes do they commit?
I would say most Brazilians have very good writing. So when they come here, their writing is really good. So I don't know about the education system, but when they express themselves in English, it's really a very high standard. So that's good. It's the speaking. People feel hesitant to speak and they have problems with listening. And I think one of the biggest problems is to do with the endings of the words. So in English, British English and English, for example, the word party. Maybe Americans say party, yeah?
Yeah.
You say?
Party.
Yeah, so that's the American. Party. Now, a Brazilian person might say...
Part.
Yeah, or part. And I'll be part?
We're gonna have a part tonight.
Yes. So suddenly the end of the word gets cropped, and then for two or three microseconds, do you mean party? Yes, that's right. So party is an easy one, but there are other words.
They usually, for example, say interneti instead of internet.
Okay, so there's an extra syllable.
Yeah, they usually say interneti or cute
or sweetie. Yes, and they mean sweet. Cute.
Yeah, so they usually do that.
So that sometimes to me sounds like a mistake, but that is a matter of pronunciation, not accent, right? So that's a pronunciation issue.
And do you think that making these mistakes can affect what native speakers understand?
I think it can, and also in the other way around, when they're listening, they don't hear the same pronunciation. So that's where they don't understand. So a lot of Brazilians want to come here. I know they learn American English, you learn American English probably for the most part, but they want British English. This British English is hard. Well, around here it's much easier in London to understand local people, I think, rather than other regional areas. But they pronounce the words wrongly by adding that syllable, chi, or cutting it, and then they can't understand what they hear.
It can also make you sound like a kid, right? Because kids usually say kimchi or things like that.
No, it's quite sweet. Actually, I think it's quite cute. It's not like,
All right.
But I think apart from that, for me, Brazilian Portuguese speakers of English are quite easy to understand.
And what would you recommend them to do to have a better pronunciation, a better accent? So what would you recommend?
Well, a lot of people just want to watch Netflix, and I don't believe that works. You can understand, maybe you improve your vocabulary, but it's very passive activity. I think you need a teacher to correct your English.
That's what I always say.
Yeah, somebody to listen out, and then if you can actually see somebody doesn't understand you, then you can maybe reformulate how you said it or get them to correct you. It doesn't take much, it doesn't take too long. You know, you could really improve your pronunciation and accent in a couple of months.
Great.
But you need somebody to correct you. Because Netflix doesn't. So I'm promoting Netflix. No, but an example, a lot of people use this, I've improved my English from watching TV or series.
Of course. But you cannot base everything on that.
No, and also there's a lot of slang, and yes, they do have different accents. So like my friend I was telling you about, the guy from international school, and he's my physiotherapist, and I said to him, where are you from? And he said, I've got a weird accent, right? And I said, are you Canadian? Was my answer. I was trying to be polite. Are you Canadian? He said, no, but I went to international school. So I think what can happen at international school, you then get a mix of all the different, you might have Australian teachers, English teachers, Americans, perhaps some New Zealanders and a South African. They've got a real mishmash of accent. It's a good, clear accent, but we don't know where it's from exactly.
It's like in Brazil, we've got a different Portuguese from Portugal. And words are different. So imagine you speaking Brazilian Portuguese and then all of a sudden you say a word that is from Portuguese from Portugal, so it would be a problem, right?
Yes, absolutely.
You have to be careful of that.
Yeah, so stick with one. I think, you know, if you want to change your accent, think about pronunciation first. Think about where you put the emphasis in the sentence, according to whichever accent you decided you want to get. But if you want to get a good, clear English accent and follow the southern BBC Queen's English. Well, of course, the Queen. I think the Queen has a very special accent.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to get that accent overnight. But in terms of getting the correct sound and the correct rhythm, making yourself clearly understood for business, that's really good.
Yeah. So thanks once again. It was a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you so much for being in my class.
Yeah.
You've been amazing.
My pleasure.
Yeah, great student.
Really?
I'm sure a great teacher as
Oh,
well. Yeah.
thank you. So guys, hope to see you on the next video here on Dicas de Inglês by Joe. Bye bye people.
Bye.